Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. 1090 Jake, I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. I appreciate everybody that's been showing love on the Instagram. Y'all know I'm trying to hit that 10K. So if you haven't followed me already, it's 1090_Jake on Instagram, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I'm trying to hit that 10K and get that little swipe up button. Gots to, man, mandatory. So this video right here is gonna be about the first and only Chinese person I ever met in prison. A lot of people will ask me, oh, dude, have you ever seen da-da-da? Have you ever seen da-da-da? In Florida, you got white, black, Spanish. That's pretty much it. You don't really see too much else inside of the prison system. At least I didn't. But this was the first and only Chinese guy I ever saw. So this was at Appalachia CI, our dorm, R4, quad 4. I mean, this was the same quad that Bimba, Savage, Rambo, Goo, Bebo, everybody was in this bit. I don't think we was all in it at the same time when I met this guy, but more or less this is where we was all at, where we all met each other at. So there was this dude, right? I honestly forget his name because I never associated with him. He was lame as hell. At least that's what I thought. You know what I mean? He was Chinese, but he spoke like, I don't know, an upper class white man. He was very proper, very respectful. And I mean, he honestly stayed to himself. He didn't bother anybody. He didn't really get money like that. He used to watch the football games, watch The Walking Dead. Other than that, he was a pretty, quiet, chilled out dude. He associated himself with a lot of the jizzles, a lot of the white dudes that were under extortion, and a lot of the punks, the sissies, the guys that the booty bandits are playing with. So, I mean, just off of that association right there, it kind of gives you a bad look and a bad name. So, of course, I didn't really ever socialize with him. So, there was a situation, right, where one of the whites that he was cool with, he had got like a canteen package or whatever, and he ended up getting sneakers. So, when he comes back from the dorm, the way our dorm is set up is there's 4 quads, the bubble's in the middle. So, when you come in, you got to stand outside your quad door until the doors open up because they're automatic. So this white kid standing there and, he's got his brand new shoes or whatever, and he's knocking on the glass asking for a marker because he knows if he doesn't write his DC number on these shoes are pretty much anonymous. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a gun, right? If you get a gun without a serial number, you can do whatever you want with it because there's no proving where it came from. There's no proving whose it is. But once that gun got a serial number, you can't really do too much with it. It's the same thing with the shoes inside of prison. You see somebody in prison that got shoes without a DC number on them, he rocking. He about his shit. You see somebody that got that whole DC number plastered down the side of this white sneaker, they scary as hell because they know somebody's going to steal it, and that's why they put it on there like that. So everybody's really just grilling this kid, looking at his sneakers. He's got mad canteen. And I didn't know the kid. I wasn't involved in the situation like that. Out of nowhere, somebody just walks up to this kid. Boom! Hits him in his shit. Buddy drops. The sneakers go missing. The canteen bag gets dumped upside down. Everybody's just grabbing this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? I'm standing next to him. I'm watching this shit happen. I'm seeing it happen. This kid, he already had zero respect. He was already under extortion by somebody. But the person he was under extortion to went to confinement. So when somebody's under extortion and the person that is extorting them isn't around anymore, they're pretty much a free fucking agent. Everybody's trying to jump into that position and take what this kid got. So, I mean, someone ran down on him, and I guess they were like, yo, what's up with the shoes? He was like, nah, da-da-da. That happened outside of the dorm. When Buddy got in the dorm and seen him, boom, hit him in his shit. Buddy drops to the floor. He's leaking. Now, when he looks up, he's blaming me. He's thinking that I'm the one that hit his ass. So I'm snapping on him like, you got me fucked up. Meanwhile, I got a big-ass knife on me the whole time. So I'm clutching like, bitch, come here. I'm going to stick you with this shit. Like, you tripping. You just got all your shit took. You don't see me with a fucking thing, but you're looking at me as if I'm the one that took your shit. Like, where did I put it? I didn't boof the shit, you stupid motherfucker. So I'm snapping on him. The cell door pops, or the dorm door pops open, and you know, we walk in and he doesn't have nothing. His mouth's leaking, everything, right? So he goes over to the Chinese dude in the table where all the jizzles are sitting. So the Chinese dude more or less walks up to me and he's like, yo, bro, what happened? I'm like, man, get the fuck out my face. Don't talk to me. Who the fuck are you to talk to me? And that's what started the next situation, right? So the Chinese guy was gambling with someone else, and basically I robbed the poker table. You know, he didn't gamble with the gangsters. He didn't gamble with Goo and with Bimba and a lot of the older dudes that, you know, these were the gangster tables where it's bound to pop off. You're going to bring your money to the table. You're going to bring a knife to the table because you don't know how it's going to happen. He was gambling amongst his circle. You know what I'm saying? And someone else that was at his table was under extortion and the dude wasn't in there no more. I forget what happened. I think it was some gang shit. They got rid of a few people. So I basically ran up and robbed the poker table. Boom, hit the whole sack, brought it into my room. It is what it is. Whoever want to rock about it. Fuck y'all. And I mean, this was no stealing shit. It was done right in front of them. And I guess Chinese dude had some money in that bag, you know what I mean? Everybody that was playing had some money in that bag. And I didn't like the fact that he felt that he could step to me as if he's somebody that can talk to me. You hang around jizzles, you hang around punks. You're not just walking up to me. I'm full-blown gangbanging on this compound. You even talking to me is a bad look for me. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a rumor that at another compound, he was a punk, that he tweezed his eyebrows and his nickname was China, like a female. So, I mean, for somebody like that to just walk up and speak to me, you're not getting no respect. You know what I'm saying? So he tried to come up again, speak on the canteen that just got taken. And, you know, I was already bullshit and pissed off from the first instance. And this was like literally the day before. They found out I didn't take the white kid shit. They found out I had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? But he should never have come and talked to me like that. How it should have played out is the person extorting your soft ass should have stepped to me. Like, yo, bro, that's my jizzle. What's good? What happened? Da-da-da. Because 9 times out of 9, he got some type of respect. That's why you paying him for protection. But you step to me like you're going to talk to me? Nah. So I hit the table and took their shit. Push come to shove, they were bucked. Y'all want to rock about it? What's up? We can rock about it. I'm ready to wipe them out. You know, Bimba, my bunkie at the time, they didn't want any smoke, bro. So basically, the canteen was ours. They couldn't do nothing about it. The whole time, this Chinese man has a Mexican man in his cell. This Mexican man, I don't know, he's probably like 43, 44. Older guy, doesn't speak one word of English. He's been down for some time. He's got a life sentence. Chinese dude supposedly has a life sentence. Nobody saw his paperwork or checked, but he's saying he's got an elbow. You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of people will act like they got life or say they got life like that's supposed to scare somebody or put fear in their heart. Like, oh, don't try him, he got life. Listen, the first adult I ever made break it off had a life sentence. Like I said in the other video, he raped a girl with a gun. There was no sparing him. He broke it off. That shit don't mean nothing. Just because you got an elbow in that bitch doesn't mean all of a sudden you got balls. It's just not, that's not how it works. I guess the Chinese dude and his bunkie, the Mexican guy, got into it. The Chinese guy used to snore, and I guess the Mexican dude, he was getting pissed off about it. I don't know the details of how it played out, but I saw one morning when they came out from the top tier, there was an argument. And it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, because he sounds like a suburban dad. Well, you need to stop that, and we don't need to be bunkies anymore, and you can go tell the COs, da-da-da. And then you got the Mexican dude just going off in Spanish. And I mean, the Mexican, they're both short as fuck. Both of them are short, but the Mexican dude's cockier than a motherfucker. Strong as hell, right? So him and the Chinese dude, they're getting into it, da-da-da-da-da-da, right? When we come back from breakfast, we lock back down, and then you get out again, and that's when they do the call-outs or whatever. So it was around the call-out time, before lunch, all that. We came back from breakfast. When we came out for call-outs, it was a fucking crime scene. Mind you, when we came back from breakfast, we went back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So they actually had to tell me what the fuck happened once I woke up. Me and Bimbo were knocked out. When we came out, we got the full story. And I guess what had happened was this same Chinese dude that I thought was soft, I thought he was pussy or whatever, I tried him because I felt tried by him. So I took all of his shit and told him to rock about it. And he didn't do nothing. Mind you, I'm not saying that to sound hard. But at the end of the day, if you feel tried, you have to show some form of dominance. You have to do something that outlevels, you tried me, I'm going to try you back even harder. And if you don't make a move after that, I look the most dominant in the situation. And that's really what it was about. Because if I didn't do anything, it's a bad look on my behalf. And all of a sudden, I might get told that I need to pick up a knife and hit him up because I didn't represent my people the correct way. See what I'm saying? Things like this is mandatory that they happen. It's not just because I wanted to do it and I was young and dumb. But more or less what I get told is when the doors popped, the Chinese dude walked out to the COs, banged on the glass with a knife. They opened the door. He walked up to the booth and he threw a knife in the little booth window. I mean, there was blood on the window and everything from him knocking on it. He stabbed the fuck out of the Mexican dude while the Mexican dude was sleeping. They started fighting and everything. He was sticking him in his head, sticking him in his neck, all type of shit. So when emergency squad came in, they got the Chinese dude up out of there. They got the Mexican dude up out of there. I never heard about him dying or nothing. I don't think he did. But he got wet up in his head and he got wet up in his neck. Now, the cell door was shut. And it was the only one that was shut. Everyone else's cell door is open. But it's literally a crime scene. It has tape on the fucking door. So I go on the top tier and I walk past it. I mean, the puddle of blood that was in the room was almost leaking out of the door onto the tier. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was bad. And when I looked in, there's fucking blood everywhere. Because they went to fighting once he started stabbing the Mexican guy. Blood everywhere, bro. There's blood on the walls, the bunk, the sheets, the floor. There's a big ass puddle. Like, he was hitting them up and they went at it. But I look back on it and I think that could have been me. You know what I mean? I tried this dude. I could have tried to resolve something a bit better. I could have just flat out told him, like, don't ever step to me. You know what I'm saying? You get your war daddy to come talk to me. You're nobody to be talking to me. You don't put in work like I put in work. Don't ever speak up to me. You know what I'm saying? And I could have died, bro. I could have got hit in my neck. I could have got hit up like the Mexican dude. But at the same time, I was ready to rock. And he caught the Mexican dude in his sleep. But literally, they just had a language barrier. And he stabbed the Mexican guy because the Mexican guy was pissing him off because he snores at night. So the Mexican dude doesn't want to hear the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally all it was about. The Chinese guy snores. The Mexican dude gets pissed off and speaks Spanish. Neither one of them understand each other. So the Chinese dude just popped off. I heard there was other reasons why he stabbed him. I heard other people were trying to extort him and he wasn't trying to pay. I heard that, there was a couple of gangster disciples in the dorm that entertained homosexual activity and they were trying to basically turn him into a girl and extort him in that way instead of the money way. And pretty much it sounds like he just stabbed somebody that he knew he could get away with stabbing instead of actually going head up with one of the gangster disciples. You know what I mean? But that's the type of shit that goes on in prison. That's how fucked up it is. These are the type of situations that can pop up out of nowhere. That's why you need to stay your ass out of prison. So you don't have to deal with no crazy Mexicans and wild ass Chinese dudes that just start fucking stabbing shit for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's 1090J. I'm rocking with y'all like y'all rocking with me. Till next time.